What's happening, world? This is Of Men and Monkeys member Dylan Masvidal speaking, and your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, this is another edition of No Banana Peels. We have decided to reinstate the series, as you say, and of course, why would I do something like this? Why would I bring back this interview series? It must mean that the guest I have today is a special one, and indeed he is. I mean, he released a project around 6 months ago, which is still this year, 2025, that is arguably, I mean, it's on the top of my list regardless, but it's one of the best works of art I've seen all year. It's up there with, I've tweeted this before, it's up there with The Sinners, with Superman, the new Mission Impossible. It's not just inspiring, it's uplifting. And if you ever need to know what it's like to really put all of your brain power into something and come out so unique, you have to check it out, which is going to be what we're going to be talking about today. So without further ado, and I know that he's a wrestling fan, so I'm going to give somewhat of an homage of an entrance here. Please welcome Mr. Fightmarker.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much. That was cool.
You deserve it. Listen, this is an honor for me as someone who's been, I mean, I know you can say for yourself too, a huge proponent of the YouTube battle rap community. I mean, we're all from our very inception owe a lot to Epic Rap Battles of History and what that did for us in our youth. So to see someone like yourself just being part of that lineage and just adding on to it is special. So thank you so much for being on the show.
That's so awesome to hear, man.
No, of course.
Mr. Kennedy pool was such like a strange, like that could have like I'm imagining a universe where that landed like awfully and I just didn't get it, but like it's perfect.
Thank you. I mean, no, we gotta take risks here. And I know obviously from watching when Chazington did a video on the community and he interviewed you for a little bit, and you can see you have your
The spinner
WWE,
belt.
the spinner belt in the back. And I just decided, hey, if he has a spinner belt, he was watching throughout early mid to late 2000s PG era. So you got to know Mr.
My
Kennedy.
favorite era.
Yeah, of course. So, and actually, speaking of that interview, because it goes into my first question, Chazington sort of asked you how a video like this came to be, specifically Deadpool versus Peter Griffin, which as of right now is your biggest video. It's amassed over 1 million views on your channel. It's essentially right now the sky's the limit for you. You've gotten co-signed from him and Jack's Films. Like it's very huge. But you mentioned how a lot of these ideas, which the viewers, as of right now, they won't, I mean, we just started, but there is, this R. Kelly trapped in the closet thing. There's like so many different characters you just have in there just for fun. It's like a stream of consciousness, right? This is going to sound cliche. It's like almost a love letter to the community, you can say.
Yes.
But I have to ask, I mean, was the plan ever just Deadpool and Peter Griffin? Like, that's it? Was that ever the idea that it was just going to be those two characters and obviously, their side characters or their universe and nothing else, nothing of the just insanity that we get throughout the project?
That's a good question. I think the battle as you know it, like how it started, how it ended, that started from, I think, a shower, and I just thought of the whole battle and I went for it, and that was like in 2023. But before then I had the matchup. I just didn't know how I was gonna do it. So I'm sure before before that one day where I just decided to think about the battle, yeah, it was just gonna be like Peter Griffin versus Deadpool. But then I thought about it thoroughly, and it was like, no, this is the way to do it. This is stupid and fun, and it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, I have to agree. And then, so now we know that it was just snowballing into something bigger and bigger. So once you get into that pre-production or, these like central ideas and, things you want to get done in the video, these, more just, I mean, not just the fact that you're doing multiple styles of video in the project or all these collaborators, which we'll get into later. what becomes the biggest challenge for you as you're trying to piece this together? I mean, is it the detailed green screen backgrounds that you have to make? I mean, is it the fact you have so many people, you're trying to get everyone to do their part so you can slide it into the project? What was, a hurdle for you there?
Probably the pacing of the battle. I didn't want it to feel like you were sitting there for 8 minutes, like watching just a bunch of bullshit. I kind of like wanted you to get sucked into it and kind of forget about time. And also just the comedy of it. Like if it just wasn't funny, it wouldn't have worked. And that would have definitely added to, this 8 minutes is really feeling like fucking centuries, dude.
Right,
I want this
yeah.
shit to be over. The backgrounds are they're not easy to make, but they're easy to like look good if you can if you know little tricks here and there. So I don't think anything on the videos other than maybe like the Colossus thing and how it like making him silver was too difficult.
So then you would say that mainly the writing process is what you were, primarily focused on, which includes obviously you mentioned the pacing of the video, the lines, the way you're going to get from one part of it to the next. Because in a lot of ways, this is resembling of a 3-act structure. I mean, you have the battle.
Exactly how I planned it out, a 3-act structure. Yeah,
exactly. You have the initial battle, then you have the random, cameos coming in, butting into Deadpool's second verse. Then you have Fortnite Peter. Then you have, that third act where it becomes a battle of heaven and hell, which gets it's pretty nuts. I mean, I just watched the movie Weapons. I don't know if you know about Weapons, Zach Krieger's Weapons.
I know about it, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm excited
though. It's kind of put together in a way that resembles Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia, which is a bunch of separate stories and you just they all connect in some way. And I'm not saying this is exactly like that, but it's almost this idea of I'm going to see how many things I can put in this battle that almost feels distant from each other, but then somehow you just put a nice little bow on it, which that's how I felt. And again, like you mentioned, you want it to feel breezy. In those 10 minutes, it really didn't feel like it. And even if it did, it was I don't know, it was like watching Once Upon a Time in America or something. Like it was 4-hour epic for me.
That's awesome, dude. That's incredible to hear you say that. Oh,
so,
yeah, dude.
I mean, of course. And I mean, now that you're talking about the comedic value and, these and how you want to get a reaction from the audience, I have a line for you I wanted to read.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Call Hancock an asshole. Your neck will bend different. I'll giggity Lois and make a couple fresh princes.
Yeah.
Now, there are only 2 people on this planet who even spend a waking moment thinking about Hancock. Mm-hmm. And they're in this very room right now.
Is that okay?
The 2 of us, right?
No, they're like a cockhead.
Exactly. I mean, it's a love-hate relationship, but it's more love than hate. I've realized as years have gone by. So my question is now, then why?
Why?
I have to tell you that once the Hancock cameo comes in, I was sold. In my head, I'm thinking instant classic. That's it. I'm already checking to see if it's on Letterboxd, so I know exactly what I'm going to give it, which I know it just got taken off Letterboxd. If you watch this, please put it back on the app. It deserves to be there. But why? Yeah, why Hancock?
Just like a funny pool of a character. It's like that whole sequence was just a bunch of I went through I remember going through a bunch of characters for that one that 4 thing where I wanted it to feel like someone thought of it and someone didn't at the same time. So the mask that was supposed to draw you in, and then I wanted to punch you with Jeff Bezos. And then as you're still recovering for that, I wanted to punch you with Goku. And then I wanted to punch you with Hancock. And I think Hancock was just the perfect cherry on top. If I was probably writing it a bit more smarter, I probably would have had Jeff Bezos at the end. But I really just shooting you in the skull. It's so funny.
I mean,
it's so funny.
A lot of people will go and point. Chazington will point to the Bezos, pull. But to me and to my friends who I watched this with, who showed it to me, Leo, if you're watching this, thank you so much. The Hancock, wow,
it's so good.
Wow, and again, the asshole line means you watched the movie. It is vital to knowing about Hancock. So this isn't just like you just put Hancock in for no reason. You are, you know, a man of research. You know your due diligence. You went out and said, I need to make this work. And it's a great line. I mean, Giggity Lois, I have to ask, was that always going to be a running joke throughout the
That's
battle
a good
as well?
question. I did the mask first in like a couple takes, like when I was demoing.
Yeah.
And that's where Giggity Lois like stemmed from. I don't know when in the course of I was writing the other verses, I thought it'd be funny to just repeat it. I don't know. It just kind of happened. I was just writing it and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be funny. And then I was writing another verse. Oh yeah, that'd be funny. And I just went for it over and over again.
That's lightning the model.
Is such a good bit. Yeah,
it is. No, it's. I mean, I don't mean to spoil it, but look, if you're watching this, it means that you've already seen this. At least I hope so. Or you know, it gets you to go see it. But I mean, the Green Lantern shout at the end, because you see him when you're scrolling, right? When Deadpool's scrolling. So I guess in a way you're almost hoping that one of those guests that don't show up will show up, you know, like your Tyler the Creator, for example, or I'm pretty sure Biggie was there too.
I think Biggie was in heaven.
So that would have been great. But the fact that it's Green Lantern, and honestly might be the hardest beat on the entire, at least that's how I feel. That beat is really good. The one
It's
that you
really
used at the end. So I hope somehow you can maybe incorporate it again in a future video, because I thought it was sweet.
It's a good beat. It's a great beat. Green Lantern's fucking funniest. I think that's my favorite Giggity Lois, just because it means like it just means.
And he
such,
glows when he does it, right?
It's
Kinda
so funny. Yeah, he like just. I'm gonna like have sex with your wife, and then I'm gonna use my powers. That's basically what the bar means, and that's so stupid. It like wraps around for me to being like the greatest thing ever. I love it so much.
God, yeah, no. Additional VFX needed too.
Exactly.
Awesome.
That's such a good bit, man. I'm so happy with that.
And then it's funny that you include something like that, knowing just how many people contributed to this. You know, it's almost like a joke, like if there was an oversight, as if someone didn't actually include something. Because I mean, I'm going to give you this number, and correct me if I'm wrong. From what I counted, there are 83 individual creators who helped you make this video, and that includes voice actors, actors on screen, production crew, which is obviously helping you with VFX, with the beats, you know, with editing, everything. That's 83 people.
That's crazy. I never put a number on it.
Well, I mean, just again, pat yourself on the back for that, because that's insane.
Dude, so hard, dude. Hell yeah.
How do you keep this network of collaborators like focused on this one project, on this one goal? Like, how do you keep that relationship functional and copacetic so the project doesn't get delayed, or you know things, there's no damage control, or you know whatnot?
Project got delayed a lot.
Okay. All right.
The thing with they're just my friends, so they're not really so much focused on the project, at least as much as I am. Outside of maybe like the Deadpool body actor and Deadpool like audio, aside of that, the actual rapping part of those, I think they were very they spent a lot of time on that. But the others, it was over the course of maybe like over a year. I just asked my friend, hey, could you do this one thing? And they'd be like, yeah, of course, my friend, I'll do that.
Right.
That's I never knew it added up to be 83. That's insane. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, it's 83. That, look, if I have to put it into perspective here, it's like you're making like a large like studio. I mean, obviously it's more than that, but you're getting to that number of like a lot of people. Like these are a lot of moving parts.
It's so much.
I mean, so knowing that, then are you happy that you, or do you almost feel like it's a miracle that you got, like this project came out the way it did with so many people helping you?
I think it's a miracle that it was even thought up, man. I like, it's like, you don't see anything like this, like kind of ever. And
I can second that. This
is gonna sound so like kind of like there's like a lot of ego behind it, but I really genuinely believe it. Where like projects like these kind of come out like once in a lifetime in our genre, not like in general.
I get what you're saying, of course.
So I'm really proud of it existing. I'm really proud of that I was the person to do something like this.
No, I will also applaud you for that as well. I think I know exactly what you mean, and you can only be so humble when you make something as special as this, as unique as this. And I mean, that's a big reason why I was just enthralled by it. I was reeled in by your work, and I mean, a huge part of that admiration comes in, like I mentioned before, your due diligence and the effort and the passion that just bleeds through the screen. And I mean, obviously, as I mentioned before, ERB is the foundation, but it's the way that you mold and expand the style in your own vision. And I just want to mention some moments that it almost feels like I'm using a wrestling term here, but you're like almost getting like a pop for yourself, like you're ribbing yourself. Like the Bryan Singer inclusion, I find to be really funny because, I mean, obviously, you mentioned before you're a Marvel fan and you love the X-Men, but to know like that, behind the scenes stuff and how of a human poo-poo he is, like to just have that bar or like that, I don't know, I really like the flow you use there. It reminds me of like Kanye West or like Good Music's Mercy, like the way you break that one down. So I thought that was a cool inclusion. Great. One that I really like, which obviously is really just for you, like you're putting this in so you can, because it's like you think it's funny and you like it specifically, which in my opinion is the sign of a true artist, is when you go, between us, who's the worst MC? You. But instead of saying you put your name, and then you're like sitting on a seesaw and you go, show yourself. Like, and it's quick, but you're like making fun of yourself, but it's such a quick moment that someone could even forget that happened. Like you have to watch it a second or third time. Same as when you when Deadpool as Satan is talking about how he's gonna kill like Peter's family, and then instead of saying Lois, he says Marge. Yeah. And in the background, it's like the actress you got for Lois is wearing like a Marge, like the hairpiece. So things like that, I have to ask you, like, aside from ERB, what are some of your clear sources for inspiration, like style and writing wise? Like, how are you coming up with these ideas? Like, what are you pulling from to have these in your work?
It's such a hard question to ask because like my humor has kind of just been built up over years of like watching a bunch of like bullshit like on YouTube. Right. Or I think someone like had to point out to me that the money counter for the X-Force verse reminds them of the one like Key & Peele sketch, and then I realized, oh yeah, it does. That makes a lot of sense actually. And I had to think about it a bit more. Yeah, I did. I was clearly inspired.
Hey, great coincidence. Great coincidence.
No, I think even when I was thinking of it, I was like thinking of that in the back of my mind. It's a really good bit, and I love all their bits. I love bits in general. I like sketch comedy. I kind of take a lot of inspiration from that. Maybe, and I think my shit's really absurdist. And as a kid, I used to really like Eric Andre, like that whole show. Of course, I really loved it, and then I liked fucking Xavier Renegade Angel. So probably a combination of those.
Oh, that's a great mention. I'll tell you that. I have a really good, actually, Yousef, who's part of our channel of Men and Monkeys. That's like, I think that's in his top 3. So I'm very happy you mentioned that. Yeah,
it's a great show. I love it.
And then style wise and writing, but obviously, a big part of you doing something like this is because, you love hip hop, right? You love the thrill that comes with, the battle and, dropping a scathing line against a character that you really like. And you get these two pop culture heads together and like huge figures. I mean, what kind of rappers are inspiring your style of writing then? Or what kind of writers do you look at? Like, that's the kind of cadence I want to get from, or flow that I listen to, I like for battle rap, like a good cadence I always like is, Pusha T. He just does it in such a way where every bar matters. So I feel like, is that someone you would say?
Pusha T's awesome. I listened to that new Clips album. It's so good.
Yeah, So Be It is my song of the year for sure.
It's amazing. I really like the opener one they did. It was like when I was listening to that album, it was like an immediate like tearjerker. Yeah. I don't know if there's like any specific artists. I think it's a thing where, like, again, I probably draw inspiration from many different places. I can tell you, I think a couple of things that are like influencing a couple projects. I think currently 3-6 Mafia is like inspiring a specific project if I want to do for Halloween. It might change. because I'm still writing it. So I could be like, no, I want to do death grips instead. I want to do that sound. But
well, this you're getting the fans out there. You're getting a little bit of a insider
a little
secret
bit of
right
a
here.
scoop.
A little bit of a scoop.
Ooh.
All right, all right.
But yeah, it's just I think just in general, I don't know. It's hard to really pick one. I can pick an easy answer and say Kendrick, cause
right, who's also featured in the board.
Yeah, I loved Kendrick, and when I was writing like Peter Deadpool, like that was just getting into hip hop more thoroughly, and a lot. Like I went through his entire discography. It was awesome. It's great.
Well, listen, no better pull than that. If you're gonna share your influences on your sleeve, I mean, who can blame you for Kendrick Lamar? Yeah. And then again, going back to your style, one thing I feel is kind of underappreciated when discussing this video is your knack for costume design. Like I really love, and it's quick, but when Juggernaut shows up and it's just, his helmet is just a red painted bucket, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's perfect because I look at that and immediately, oh, that's Juggernaut. But just the fact that you're able to like do it so well, and everything else is great. But that specific detail is really nice. And I really, like I mentioned before, your use of visuals is cool. Like I like when you run out of money in the video that you have like the X-Men action figures in front of like a drawn, like just a physically drawn background, which I find really cool. So I mean, seeing that you have honestly a pretty keen eye for visuals, and you have a unique style, and it's what separates you from other creators, in your scene and genre. Have you thought about branching out and doing other styles of videos, like maybe short films? You've mentioned sketch comedy, if that's something you've thought about doing, or I don't know, traditional music videos.
I like to do a tradition. Yeah, I don't know. I like to do anything if like an opportunity was ever thrown my way. Sketch comedy would be cool. I've always had like like you sitting alone in your room and you like think about pipe dreams. Definitely like doing a skit channel is probably one of them. I probably would just because like a rap battles are already hard enough to do. Like as like one person, and then like having to do like sketch comedy with I assume my friends from like across the country and filming our parts. That's probably harder to do. And I mean, I'm already basically doing sketch comedy in music form, so it wouldn't be that smart of an idea anyway.
True.
But yeah, I guess I probably wouldn't want to do it for my own channel, but if anything ever comes my way where someone wants me to edit like a music video, then yeah, for sure, it'd be fun.
Well, die's been cast right there.
True. I'm never a stranger to whatever someone wants me to do.
Get Fightmarker as Tyler the Creator in your next video.
I look just like him. There's him.
A lot of similarities,
dude. Hold on, I'm taking off my glasses.
Oh my god,
dude, I'm him. Reincarnated. He died.
I don't know where Fightmarker went, but that wasn't him. That was Tyler the Creator.
That was Tyler the Creator.
Chromacopia green, like Pickle Rick.
Too true.
Don't tap
the glass.
Don't tap the glass. That's a good one. I think that might be my favorite of the leaks. It's kind of embarrassing. I mean, not embarrassing, but I feel like he kind of missed opportunity to not include that in the final project. But it's a good
rats.
Chain smokers.
Include it next time.
Yeah, hopefully in the deluxe. Well, look, you've got a lot of success now. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure right now, from the wave of support and reverence that you've gotten from Deadpool versus Peter Griffin, I don't know if things sort of you sort of like look at things from a bigger picture now and see how far you've come up until this point. And I wanted to mention that the first ever video on your channel is Eminem versus Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
So seeing the progression from that to this, where have you seen improvement in your craft, and sort of like how do you ever look back at that video in any way and say there's some things I still like to do that I did there, or wow, like I'm really changed up my style in a way, like I'm not doing what I was doing here when I first started?
Mix of both. I made that battle when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
And
Nas wrote Omatic when he was 16.
Yeah, dude. He was it's battle fucking sucks. I like it a lot because obviously I'm not gonna unlist it. I think it shows the growth of my channel.
Right.
But I go back to that and I'm being like, wow, that I've improved on everything. Obviously, I think if you go into anyone's work, like early work, you're gonna see nuggets of their future work. And I
Right.
believe there's like a bit at the end of that where like Mike Tyson punches him and like, or Edgar Allan Poe. And I guess that can kind of work as a comment, like a more comedic bit.
Right.
And I'd like to think that stuck around for over the course of the 5 years since then.
No, for sure. And I mean, looking at again that progression from that first video to what you've done now. I mean, have you noticed also like a different kind of like energy or focus in when you record now? Like, is there more of like a fervor, like because you feel like you've gotten older, like you're a little sharper, that things are just a little bit easier for you? They come by, like ideas or the way you put videos together?
Incredibly easy. You do something for long, you do like something long enough that it kind of just becomes second nature. I've made battles like in a day that I just dropped on my second channel, and I like Edgar Allan Poe versus Eminem. It took me like a couple months, and even before that, my real first battle was like something that took a year, and then I just never got to the video part of it, so that was only half of it. And like since then, I think like in 2023, when I was just like short fucking bursting a bunch of battles, I got one done in a week, and it was awesome. I like being faster now. It's cool. You can just do shit.
I mean, no, of course. I sort of, I mean, it's different for me as, you know, entertainment journalist, where a lot of the time putting things together is more, I get in touch with the person. And then when it comes to the editing, I'm really getting a lot of help from my friends who are much better at it than me. But I see what you mean where, I mean, I first started doing things like this, like a big one on my channel, on Up and Monkeys, our collective, was I interviewed Roger King, who did Peter's Web Spider-Man short films.
Fuck yeah.
Late 2000s.
I know, it's the one with the reflective eye lenses, right?
No, I mean, I actually don't remember that exactly. I mean, there's some good posters of him perched up, and he's like, there's a really good one where he has like the symbiote suit on. He's like ripping it off. He's a really cool guy. I actually listened. He made music before. He did in a band called The Pine, and this guy's been doing stuff for years. He's awesome.
Robert King?
Roger King.
Roger King. Roger King?
Yeah, Roger King, Peter's Web.
Yes, dude. Yeah, the reflective eye lenses.
Yeah.
I love this dude. Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, I should have caught that from before, but I mean,
it's fine.
Seeing, yeah, my bad. Seeing how, I think I watched it again. A friend of mine showed it to me, and I was so just in awe of it. Someone could do that with, you know, minimal resources, make something that cool, that I just reached out to him. I found him somehow, and he was great to talk to. And I love that series. Aside from obviously Green Goblin's Last Stand, which is Dan Poole, like what people could say, like the, you know, like the holy grail of a Spider-Man short film. Peter's Web is right up there for me. So that was great to be able to reach out and do that. And I feel like since then I've been a lot less nervous reaching out to people, and just like, you know, speaking to you, it's just cool to just talk to people who have made such incredible stuff.
Something I learned really early on when I was making battles is that, you know, what's the worst thing that anyone can say is no. Right. So I always would basically just like shoot my shot at creators, not super big, but bigger than I was at the time, and usually it would work out. A lot of people will say yes if you like ask respectively, and I think that's really awesome. Roger King, that's the guy who swung from like actual buildings, right?
That's Green Goblin's Last Stand. That's Dan Poole, where his came out in '92.
Damn, fuck, I'm the worst. I'm gonna go to hell.
No. Look, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. What King does a lot is actually just throw himself at things and like put his body, like he's not doing that, which is, you know, that's a different level of insanity, but he's like, there's a lot of shots in, you know, the episodes, because it's like, there's like 4 or 5, I'm pretty sure, maybe a little bit more, where he's just like he just is throwing himself at like a bunch of like cardboard or like trash can lids, but like hard. And then he's getting up. It was, from what I took him, it was a one-man show. like obviously he's getting actors and actresses and like people to be in the film, but he's going home editing it. He's the one making a lot of the props. Like it's just wow, like the indomitable human spirit, which is what Spider-Man is all about. It was
It's so
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
Passion can drive anything, I feel. And
Yeah.
like all those like Spider-Man fan films are definitely like a demonstration of that. And I think that's so special. So awesome. I love fan work so much.
Likewise. Yeah. I mean, how do you like the new suit for this Brand New Day movie?
It's so cool, dude. I love it so much. At first I thought the like logo like hung a little low, but no, that's just the camera. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. That was a horrible camera to like lens to shoot on.
Yeah,
And,
no,
like,
a lot of people just realize, wait a minute, the suit's actually really good, like close to perfect. And then just that introduction video made things look a little bit, like, I guess, wonky to some, you know?
it was whatever lens they used. It looked great far away. When it got closer, it was like, whoa, step away. And like I saw the set photos, and it looked amazing. The suit's awesome.
And I mean, for me, it's just that the red is super I love that the color contrast is good with this, because while it is inspired by Amazing Spider-Man 2 in a little bit, that suit feels a little gray to me. Like, you know, things
it was very purple.
Yeah, right. It doesn't really pop as much as this one, whereas the red is great and the blue actually is a little shiny. Like there's the right amount of gloss that you want with a classic Spider-Man suit, which I really love.
Have this like shiny texturing over like the actual blue fabric, and I think it looks so good in the sunlight. I saw the one image of where he's like squatting down on like trying to rip off the thing off the tank, and the light hits the blue, like the shiny parts of it so well. It made me so happy. Its colors remind me a lot of the Scott Johnson Spider-Man. From like
the promotional stuff.
The promotional shit,
I agree. And people have mentioned or compared it to Alex Ross's work too, which I would definitely say is good too.
It's so close to Alex Ross's stuff. I fucking love Alex Ross. He's awesome.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
just Michelangelo, just like reincarnated.
I was actually I was just about to say that.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you know, we're chop it up. I want to go into a section of my of No Banana Peels we always do, where we kind of do this sort of like listicle. I throw things at you and you kind of give me an answer. And today, for you specifically, I made a sort of, you know, mini game here called Soulmates or No Date, sponsored by our good friends over at Broken Molotov, digital zine company. You can go find them, whoever's watching. They're great. Good pals over there. So what this means is I'm going to give you a battle, right? Putting two characters together. And if you say soulmates, it means, wow, perfect combination. This is going to go great. If you say no date, it's water and oil, right?
This is an interesting spin on it. I like that.
This is just not going to work out. So are you ready? Ready to do it?
Yeah.
All right. We got 5, so I'm just going to go one by one. Spider-Man versus Static Shock.
Which Spider-Man? Just any Spider-Man?
I mean, for Static Shock, I guess I'll go Ultimate Spider-Man because he's younger. So they're both at, you know, teenage, like 16, 17.
I wouldn't say exactly soulmates, but I think you're there because I've also heard Miles versus Static Shock thrown around a lot. I really like that one because they're like lightning powers.
True. Yeah. Okay. So I guess you're leaning more towards no date on this one.
I guess so. I guess I suppose so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This next one, listen, it's only going up from here. I mean, LeBron James versus Freddie Fazbear.
They're soulmates.
Okay.
But James, LeBron against anyone.
So you think LeBron against anyone is the soulmate?
LeBron against anyone. It's like it. I really want to do a LeBron battle. It's so funny. It's just there's such like an angle you can take with it. It's so stupid, and I love it so much. It's great.
Do you think Freddie now is in the running to be?
Freddie could be in the running, dude. I think, like you put it up against that. Like I'm imagining versus Freddie Fazbear now. And it's great. It's good fun.
All right, perfect. So we already have one soulmate. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Odd Future versus the cast of VeggieTales.
Yeah. Soulmates. They're like Satanists versus like Christians, dude. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So I'm glad. Yeah. Perfect. All right. There you go. Daniel Day-Lewis versus The Rock, but WWF, so like 98, 99 Rock.
I gotta search up Daniel Day-Lewis.
I'll just give you now, he is considered the greatest actor of the 21st century. Arguably.
Hell yes. It's perfect. It's a match made in heaven when you really think about it. The Rock is the best person ever in the history of ever. And, you know, you put him against Daniel Day-Lewis, he's like second at least. Maybe even in the top 5.
Right. Right. Because I wanted to specify this. I don't want to do, you know, Rock now because that's not the same guy. Right?
No.
Not at all. That's new guy now is this Black Adam, Iron Paradise Rock. 99
he
Rock.
ate the Rock.
Yeah, he ate the Rock.
He ate the Rock.
This is a, you know, Rock 2.0 where I'm talking about Rock Prime. Right. Shades, making a song with Slick Rick on the WWF Aggression tape where, you know, he's talking about pie, that kind of Rock.
Fucking Rock. I'm now like it's like flashback of all those fucking bits he used to do. It's really funny. The Rock, if there was a Rock battle, it definitely has to lean towards that, at least for a part of the battle. I think it's very untapped potential there.
Yeah, until I can already maybe see, you know, some your brain's like going working here. Obviously you'd want to split that up with current Rock and then see who you can like match that up with. Which I think that'd be pretty cool. No, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, well, last but not least, I have Gex, the infamous video game character.
Oh yes.
Versus the Rizzler.
Trying to think now. How would that work?
This was fan voted.
This was fan voted. Okay.
Yeah. As in fans, I mean my group chat.
That's fair. I'm trying to. Wow.
Is this another no date?
It might be a no date. There's bits I can think of, but I don't think they really help one another in their personalities, which is something I like to look for.
Right.
They clash a little too hard, but I like where everyone's head's at least. I think both are good. I mean,
I'm 50-50 on it too. I'm going to go no date. I'm going to obviously have to agree with the guest here. So
yeah,
I'm going to go with you. But that would make, if we put Miles for Spider-Man against Static Shock, this is 4-1. We got a lot of soulmates now with this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Will I be credited if you use any of these?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, thanks, guys. Have a good time. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Well, I mean, now that we mentioned a lot of these potential meetups, have there been any that were like super close to doing and then you hit the eject or abort and you just said, nah, never mind, scrapping this? Or do you always go all in? Once you think of a good pairing, you're like, I got to do it.
What do you consider super close?
Like maybe like a week before you think about filming, I'm going to do this, or maybe even days.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to name drop them, you can.
Not even for the longest time in 2021, I was gonna do like Chills versus Corpse. Chills
really?
I was gonna do Chills of the top 10s, like number 15. Versus like the Corpse husband dude. And I think up until like 2022, I was gonna do that, and then I think I have both footage. Like it was filmed. The backgrounds were made. It was even partially edited, but it just got to a point where I was like so detached from the project because I was away from it for so long. Because after like filming it and then like doing all the shit for it, I was like, I don't want to do this.
So that's in the vault.
Yeah,
Chills versus Corpse
somewhere.
husband.
The audio's on my main channel if you look for it hard enough. Let me go through my scrapped stuff because I do have a lot of scrap stuff, but none of them have like that interesting of like production stories, I guess.
I mean, you have another thing that you mentioned, your first video was you were 14 years old, so that's 5 years ago, correct?
Yeah.
Like you've done a lot in these 5 years. You know, obviously Deadpool versus Wolverine. I mean, sorry, Wolverine, not the movie. Deadpool versus Peter Griffin was the last thing you released. And that was, you know, around 6 or 7 months ago. But that's
Yeah.
just because of how huge that project was and how much it's in that. A lot of your videos afterwards have just been you breaking down this video and just how how bonkers it was to put it together. But before that, I mean, you have a lot of stuff. You have animated ones too that you've done, right? Where it's just again, there's no live action actors. Like, it's just these two characters that you're animating around, which that's part of it. I mean, Annoying Orange versus OJ Simpson, which is people mention is one of your biggest. I mean, OJ is a popsicle stick figure, which I find that to be awesome. And then you did do Annoying Orange, actually, which is really cool. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I know you have scraps, but it seems like you have a pretty good success rate of when you put an idea together, you just get it out there.
I would hope so. Yeah. I've been experimenting a lot with post-release stuff for Peter Deadpool. Mostly because I'm trying to soft launch of how I treat projects like going forward and how I can give back a lot of the time, because a lot of people really like that battle, and
Right.
I hope they really like
myself included.
Hell yes. I hope they really like whatever I have going on next. So if they like the shit I got out for Deadpool Peter, I want to do it again for another battle and another battle and another battle and another battle. Have a consistent kind of giving of back.
Right. Well, I mean, of course, I mean, that goes to show how much this community means to you and how important it is. And I think that's a perfect segue into one of my final questions, which is, the fact that, again, this is such a gargantuan project, Deadpool versus Peter Griffin, that you've spent the last couple months just breaking it down as a way, to reward your audience and to, give back to this internet community. And in a lot of ways, and look, you don't have to be, I know you've been modest about it, but this sets a huge standard. Like, this is a benchmark for battle rap style videos on YouTube and just what they can achieve as a whole. So, I mean, you mentioned how you've been doing new projects. You're working on, I think you said 3 or a couple right now. And I don't know, has there been any recent pressure because of this video to one up yourself with these and come up with fresh ideas? Or do you feel like going back to what you were doing before is fine? Because some people could argue that Deadpool versus Peter Griffin pushes the medium to its limit. Like, that's the most you can do with a YouTube battle rap. But would you disagree with that? Do you feel like what's next in the pipeline exceeds it or meets it?
I think someone would have told you that there was even a lower limit before Peter Deadpool. Not that I necessarily can break that, I guess, raise it higher so soon, but I definitely think the door's open for anyone to. As it was open for me to do so before. I think it just needs a creative mind to have a lot of unnecessary passion for something and really go for it. I have felt a bit of pressure, but it's whatever. You get over it.
Again, spoken like a true artist.
Yeah.
And I mean, that kind of goes into my final question for you then, which I know this has been a great conversation. Again, thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
And that would be, what's next for Fightmarker? What do you want to let the people know that you have coming down the road in the pipeline?
Hopefully, fucking 5 battles I'm trying to get out this year.
Wow.
I want to do a wave, and I think I have one of them almost completed audio-wise, and I have to try getting out one of them. Hopefully, we're in August right now. Hopefully in September, and I'm trying to get a Halloween one out. Trying to get a fucking Christmas stream kind of going on. I did Fightmarker and Friends earlier this year. That was really nice. We raised a bunch of money for charity. I want to do that again. This time coinciding with a battle, so more people would watch and more people would donate to whatever charity I do. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for what I have going. I think it's gonna be awesome. Even if I can't get 5 shits out, because that's already that's so much.
Right.
I'm gonna get out stuff, hopefully.
Okay. And wow. I mean, that's all I have.
Wow.
Is there, anything else you want to say? I guess before.
Subscribe.
There you go.
Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Smack that subscribe button.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, actually, really quick, then I do have a question 11. I guess surprise question. Fantastic Four Teletubbies. Is that still happening?
It's in the idea phase. I'm trying to work out the kinks of it.
Okay. What about Superman? Since that just came out, have you thought of a good battle for him?
LeBron James versus Superman.
That's
I
perfect.
thought of that before the movie came out. I was like trying to find like a kind of like
Oh my god.
like a battle that would basically like suck off like LeBron like completely. And I think versus Superman's so funny because I'm just imagining like LeBron dunking on Superman and his balls are in his face and he just gets like completely just like fucked over it. It's so funny.
What I like about that too is that you can sort of do that thing where since Superman's whole thing is, you know, innate goodness, that you like I don't know if you ever do like what people would call like a reverse battle where it's just a battle of kindness and these like really good bars where they're just praising each other, which I'm pretty sure actual like battle rap leagues do that and it's really fun. So I think with Superman you could do that, or with a character like that would be pretty cool.
It'd be so funny. Just the nicest person ever gets like completely bullied. And like it's such a funny dynamic. I'm so it makes me so happy.
I'm glad, and again, I have to say thank you so much for your time, Fightmarker. I really appreciate it. The people watching, hope you enjoyed that, and please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, everything.
Yes.
And watch Deadpool versus Peter Griffin if you haven't already. Please
watch it 1,000 times. Play it while you sleep. Do everything.
Exactly what he said. Peace.